Today we're going to be talking about something quite important, which is how climbing is depicted in cake form. I don't really know anything about cake, and I don't even like cake that much, but I do like climbing. When I was searching for climbing related cakes on the internet, I found some horrific depictions of climbing technique and safety, and we need to expose it. And so I'm doing it. I'm starting with this Happy Birthday Damon cake. You might think this is acceptable, but take a look at this rope, right? Check it out. It just goes from his harness, loops around the white plastic hold at the top, and then falls gracefully to the ground. Damon is dead. Where is this rope tied into? Why is no one with him? There's no second belay partner or auto belay. Damon hasn't even clipped into anything on his way up. Damon is just dead. As he's gone up, that rope has fed around the side of the white hold and fallen down. This is a terrible cake, and on that basis it gets a 3 out of 10. Now this cake really pisses me off. I've seen this in real life, which has been tough, but I think it's tougher to see it rendered into icing. We've got 4 people in close proximity on a wall. I mean, even 2 of them this close together is a disgrace. The one on the bottom left is going to get crushed, because that person on the top left is about to fall. I mean, look at that position. The right foot is sort of digging in there with the left hand holding it. They're not going to reach that yellow hold. They're not. That person below them, crushed. Don't like it. 1 out of 10. Here we've got someone just bouldering. Left hand sort of jammed into that flake there. That's a spicy move. Carefree. Not sure about that footwork though. Don't like what's going on there. That's a bit sketchy. But they could be, transitioning to a long left foot out around the left side of that boulder. Maybe a heel hook around those 2 little rocks. So this cake is nice. And I know I wasn't going to judge it based on cakes, but it also looks kind of tasty. So 7 out of 10 for this cake. That's nice. Up next, we've got a cake that says, "Congratulations, Gordon." Although, judging by his technique, there's not much to congratulate here. Why has he tied a climbing rope around himself when he's already wearing a harness? Now, you can tie rope around your waist in what's called a rappel seat or a Swiss seat, which is used in sort of maybe emergency situations. But if you have a climbing harness, you don't need to also do this. Look at his stupid little smile. He knows he's being an idiot. I don't respect it, and I don't like Gordon. If that is Gordon, I do like the person that made this cake, if this entire situation is a commentary on Gordon's recklessness. And the "congratulations, Gordon" is just a sarcastic insult for how fucking stupid Gordon is. So I really hope that's why this cake was made. So actually, on that basis, I'm giving this a 7. In this cake, we see someone called Edith sitting alone at the base of the wall. And you might be thinking, after seeing a few of the previous cakes, this will score lowly, but absolutely not, because this is a vital part of climbing, sitting down and thinking about climbing. And what I particularly like about this scene, this could be a snapshot of a moment just after the indoor climbing wall has closed. Everyone's leaving to the changing rooms, and Edith has gone back to the wall to reminisce about how good that climb just was. And just look at that big smile. She's just delighted. Maybe she just crushed, like that grin in the middle, for example. Look at that. With the kind of long right foot out, probably into some sort of a Gaston with the left hand, then bang, right to the top. Awesome. If Edith did that route, awesome. Every single right to just go back to the wall and sit next to the starting hold and go, goddamn, that was nice. So I'm giving this a 8.5 out of 10. Not 10 out of 10 because the ropes are disgusting looking and they look slimy, and that kind of freaks me out. Here we have what I assume is a vertical climb depicted on the horizontal plane. Everything's alright, apart from, again, this goddamn rappel seat series of knots that have been tied. What is better about this, however, is that they're not also wearing a harness. So this could be a situation where they have no harness. These 2 are just badass. They don't need to wear harnesses. They don't believe in modern equipment. They just get the rope, tie it in, bang, go. No other safety is involved, though. Although maybe they thought, this is so easy. Look at these climbing holes. They're all uniform. This is nothing. This is a V0. I'll just climb this. In which case, I would think, well, why would they even need to tie in such an elaborate rope mechanism if they're just warming up? And I don't like those conflicting messages that are being brought forward by this cake for the 10th birthday of Caroline. So this is getting a 4 out of 10 because it confuses me. Happy 6th birthday, Theo. Nice cake. Nice cake because the red base resembles a bouldering mat. Excellent. Theo's doing a pretty spicy move there, pulling on the right-hand yellow, presumably with a view to grabbing the side of the wall above him, the edge near where the red triangle ends, pushing off strongly on that right toe, which he's engaged with. He's rocking over with that right knee. He's wearing a helmet. You don't need to wear a helmet when you're bouldering at such a low height, but if you're 6, you probably should. And if this is Theo, and then Theo is a very safe and competent climber, and I congratulate the cake maker for depicting Theo in that way. I'm sure Theo would be happy with this cake. I'm happy with this cake, so I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Now here we have someone's 18th birthday cake. And what's sad about this is we just saw a cake for a 6-year-old, which showed a really high degree of safety, maybe even unnecessarily safe. And here we have the exact opposite. The ropes have been tied in to the back of the harness. They are wearing harnesses, and they seem to have just looped the rope behind them, and then narcissistically spelled out their own names in rope so that they could get a drone shot of their climb, of their ascent. And this is a typical 18-year-old climber, because this route does not look easy. It's badass. Look at that slab. They're holding onto nothing. They're holding onto flakes. Now, if you're Alex Honnold, fair enough. Just go nuts. Climb up El Capitan. You don't need a rope spelling out your name in big looping letters. You're Alex Honnold. These fuckers, they go up a wall knowing they don't need harnesses or ropes, but they do this for show. They do it for show. And I don't respect either of them. Therefore, let's give it a 3 out of 10. Another classic example of negligence in climbing. One on the right looks like they're about to do a kind of spicy move just to top out. I'm not sure why the rope is necessary given the height, but if you are on a rope, your belay partner should not be facing away from the wall posing for the camera. I mean, this is a disaster. The guy is about to do a crazy move, and you're not even looking. You're just checking out the camera. Oh, hello, I'm climbing. So that's a 2 out of 10 right there. I've seen that happen before, and that's never a pretty sight. Again, on this cake, we can see poor rope safety technique, but I sort of like the heel, that right heel. No other cake so far has shown a heel hook. There's just been kind of sloppy footwork, but that's kind of nice. That blue heel hook onto kind of the orange right hand, which implies dig in on that heel really hard, let the left foot go, bring it up, and then presumably you swing out the left hand over to the top and then top out. That's nice. This would be perfect if the rope and the harness just didn't exist, if this were just a boulder, because again, the base is a bouldering mat. This time it is very clearly a bouldering mat, blue with a red surface. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know where to begin with this one. The rope is tied around their wrists. Why is the rope tied around their wrists? She's wearing a harness. Why is the rope not around the harness? Why is he sort of looking like he's also about to climb up this thing? If giving the cake the ultimate benefit of the doubt and assuming that the rope is there to assist you pulling yourself up a kind of not real climbing route but sort of scramble, then yeah, you can sort of say, okay, well, both hands on the rope, legs secure, come on, let's get up this thing. But they've tied the rope around one of their wrists, not both, one of their wrists, and she's off doing some sort of insane move out to the right. If that right foot slips, she's dangling from her left wrist. Snap, bang, gone. No more wrist. I've never even come close to seeing something so unsafe in real life. This could only exist on a cake. And, you know, what I find most surprising is how detailed the knots around the wrists are. A lot of attention has gone into making this just right, making this big pile of bullshit climbing just right. So I'm really interested to know where they got this impression of rock climbing from. You know, it's getting a 0 out of 10 because it actually makes me kind of anxious. It makes my wrists hurt. It makes the tendons in my hand hurt just looking at this cake. Moving on now swiftly into cake perfection. Look at this thing. Firstly, we've got someone belaying properly. I mean, this is the first time someone's been belaying properly. But not only properly, awesomely. Look at this, hanging on from the wall. This is like a multi-pitch belay. This cake sort of implies this is the top section of a climb, or just a slice of a climb, like a snapshot of a climb. We don't know how high they are. They could be really high. Look at it. It's just the hand is on the rope nicely on the left there. The right is taking giving more rope because it's a lead climb. And we look at the climber. She's got a really nice left crimp around that flake. As she pulls more rope, she's like, feed me rope, feed me rope. She's clipping into another clip with that right hand. Both feet looking sketchy. This looks like a tough move. Strong left arm, real strong left arm. Just a beautiful climbing shot. The mountain looks good. This is nice. I think this is a 10 out of 10. This is it. This is the 10 out of 10. Or a 9.5 out of 10 because they aren't wearing helmets. I mean, those rocks don't look very appetizing if they were to fall onto your skull. So, helmets required. Aside from that, nice.